Good morning. It's Saturday, December 28th. And today I want to talk about a segment of population in this country that is not really doing well. And we have many pockets in this country of people who are living on food stamps and government funding, etc. There are over 50 million people in this country who live at the edge of poverty. And we are supposedly one of the richest nations in the world. So why do we have that disparate income slash? Well, I don't want to get into that exactly, but I want to talk about a small town in Pennsylvania. Well, I call it a small town, although it's not so small in that region of the country. And that is a town that for over 50 years voted for the Democrats. But this year, they voted for President-elect Donald Trump. And now they're sitting at the edge of their seats, hoping that President Trump doesn't slash their benefits. These are low-income voters who are beginning to struggle with the idea that Trump might slash their benefits. But I'm not sure he's going to slash the benefits. Just because he has decided he's going to cut spending doesn't mean he's going to cut their benefits. He may find other regions and other methods to cut spending. He may look at things differently than the average individual. He may decide that there are certain areas in this country and in his government that are overpopulated with high-priced employees. That is something that he has talked about. So I don't know exactly what he's going to do to possibly reduce the spending in our government by something like $1 trillion. That will be a very, very difficult task. And so we have towns in this country, like Newcastle, that are sweating because of what he's liable to do. He hasn't presented a 100% solid plan of exactly what he's going to do. And don't forget, he's not alone in his fight to reduce the costs of government. He's got to deal with Congress and the Senate. They have a lot to say about how money is spent and who gets it and what. And I am sure that Congress and the Senate piss a lot of money away. And if Trump attacks those piles of money, how will they react? I don't know. I don't know, and neither do the people in Newcastle, Pennsylvania know. But they're not even thinking about that. And when you listen to these people talk about how they are living on benefit packages that consist of $75 a month for food and $1,400 a month for living expenses, and how they can't get full-time jobs in their profession, it's a shanda that we have places in this country where the people are existing like that, existing on heavy government benefits, and the fact that there is no jobs for them in that area anymore. Newcastle was at one time a booming city. It was known for its tin mill. which existed from the 1800s until the middle of the last century. And Newcastle was also home to a labor movement that helped shape the city's historically left-leaning politics. And so it was amazing that Trump won in Newcastle, because the city had last backed the Republican presidential candidate in 1956. When it supported Eisenhower over Stevenson. So a lot has changed since then. And this city, which has gone downhill and become a poverty-stricken town, had maintained a strong allegiance to the Democrats up till this election. And I can't blame them for ditching the Democrats after that period of time, because the Democrats did not really show them anything in this election cycle. You know, its factories closed and the younger residents moved to urban areas where they could make a living. And things are cheap in this town. Many of the residents are paying under $400 a month for rent. That's astounding when you think about it. You are in our area of the country, New York, etc. Rent is $2,000 a month, $3,000 a month. So the reflection that you could see where the people in this town only pay $300 and something a month rent, that means this town is starving. And all of the people that I looked at who are getting benefits that total maybe 15, 18, 20 grand a year, and they're living on that. This is not anything but a poverty-stricken town. And Pittsburgh is the big city in that area, but that's an hour away. So I'm not sure how many people who live in Newcastle work in Pittsburgh. But when you look at the picture of this town, it's very distressing that we have areas in this country that live like that. I am sure Newcastle's not the only place like that in the country. When we have 50 million people living at the poverty level, and this town represents about 20,000 of those people. So think about that. How many more towns do we have in this country that are like Newcastle? More than you would expect. More than you could imagine. More than we have. More than we should have. We are a great nation, but we are letting a huge segment of our population down. So we have to get our act together. And unfortunately, I don't think this new president is going to be able to do much better than any of his predecessors. So I leave you with pockets of poverty all over this nation. Have a great day. Take care. Bye.
Thank you.